Black Ops 6 Zombies. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The final map, The Reckoning, just came out the other day. I just finished the boss fight last night, and I have a few things to say about this game. I've noticed that the community's opinion on this game has been mostly mixed to negative. And the most common thing I've heard is they're just calling it Cold War 2, which I think really does describe this game to a T. Cold War, when it released, was regarded well, and then slowly was turned on by the community, as it was something new. They'd switched up the formula and tried mixing things up a bit. And in the long run, people wanted their old nostalgic zombies. However, some of the community did like the new changes, which led to what we have today with Black Ops 6. They've definitely kept the same formula, but all of the flaws that were in Cold War have been changed or outright made better in this new game. But it's still not the same nostalgic zombies that a lot of the community wants, so it's still getting hate. I believe that most of the Black Ops 6 Zombies maps have been quite good, and that they get a lot of hate for no reason. You see a lot of YouTubers nowadays saying Zombies is dying, Call of Duty as a franchise is falling under. For me personally, I see it the exact opposite. I tuned out largely after Black Ops 4. I stayed for that entire life cycle. I dabbled a little bit in Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, and then didn't even look at another COD until the release of Black Ops 6, where I would only occasionally check in for the new released zombie maps, complete the Easter eggs within less than a week of the map being out, and then would move on with whatever and wait for the next one to drop. And this is where I think that the game fails, in its retention of keeping players around. To get into that though, we're going to look at the pros and the cons of these maps, individually and then as a whole. When the game launched, we got Terminus and Liberty Falls. One for the casual fan, and the other one for the hardcore. These were fantastic maps at launch. They kept me really engaged. Probably the longest out of all the other maps that came out in this game's life cycle. Terminus has so many small little side Easter eggs, and its main Easter egg is such a crazy intro to this new game. And for when you want to just level up guns or hang out and just have a normal casual game of zombies, Liberty Falls is fantastic, while still having some great side Easter eggs and a unique ending where our main characters die in the ending of that Easter egg. Plus, the inclusion of being able to continue once an Easter egg is finished and getting all those rewards is a fantastic idea. Whoever implemented that into this game needs a fucking raise. But those maps were regarded really highly, and so were most of the others. So where did all this negative feedback come from? Citadel de Mort released, and we got 4 new elemental-style wonder weapons, and that map was being praised for its cool design, its castle aesthetic, and its new wonder weapons. Then we got the Tomb, which I personally, I played maybe 2 or 3 times. I attempted the Easter egg once, got the wonder weapon once, and just never wanted to play it. I don't like that map. I think the overpriced doors and lack of unique play area is a really big letdown, especially when it was teased that we would be going to an excavation site in France, which is what everyone assumed would be Origins. And then we just got some random hole in the middle of nowhere and some rehashed content from Black Ops 4. Which some people did enjoy this map, and I have no issue with them. You can enjoy what you want. I do see that there are some redeeming qualities in this map, but this map is just not for me. After that, they released Shattered Veil. We end up searching through Richtofen's home and trying to find out where he went so our team can execute him. Just for it to get a flip-flop, and the character we've been working side with is actually the villain. And then we have to fight a T-Rex. That map got a lot of praise, because not only was it a unique setting that had a ton of callbacks to previous things. In Richtofen's house, he has tons of artifacts and references to previous maps, but it was a very fun little Easter egg that brought back the Wunderwaffe and the Raygun Mark II. The community, again, was happy with what they got. And now The Reckoning, the newest map that came out less than a week ago, I personally think it's one of the better ones in the game, is getting a lot of hate, and I'm not sure why. The Easter egg's simple, the wonder weapon's fun, we got a new mini-boss, and the final fight does something new where we can choose if we want to fight Richtofen or fight Sam. I'm not sure why it's getting hounded on, but I think that they finally did a vertical map correctly after the blunder that was Die Rise, and I think this map deserves more praise, and it's getting. But after the few short days that this map has been out, I've seen the community do a drastic 180, because as I said previously, they've been praising all these maps and the content in this game, and now with this new map's release, everyone seems to be thinking that this entire game sucks. Like I said previously, it's taken the Cold War system and perfected it. They had a lot of pros and cons in the new system that they worked up for Cold War, and I believe that most of it worked, but it seems in this new game, they really took the community's feedback and figured out what needed to be changed. It's not anything like BO3, where it's banger after banger after banger, the entire game is fantastic, but as of the last decade of Call of Duty Zombies go, this is the next best thing, and that's what we're gonna have to stick with. But that's not where I think the issue resides in, oh, we have to accept change. I think the issue resides in saturation. The one thing I noticed between all of these maps is they're just grey. In Citadel des Morts, the most color you get is in the boss fight because there's lava everywhere. You spawn in a grey and brown town, go up a little dirt hill, and then enter a stone castle. In Terminus, you're on an island that has a facility hidden on it. The facility's all grey stone, and the forests are very undersaturated. The Tomb? Literally a cave. The whole thing is grey. Shattered Vale, Liberty Falls, and The Reckoning all take place in the same location and are probably the most saturated in this whole game. However, most of the map is still grey. The only pops of colour we get are from outside the map, the green, orange, and red trees, as well as the random flashing warning lights we see. If we compare this to Black Ops 3, the launch map for that was Shadows of Evil. A 1960s style city, glowing with neon lights and an orange saturated hue over the whole thing. There was a red lounge, the candlelit underground, the waterfront only illuminated by streetlights. Drak was illuminated by the moon in its snowy atmosphere. Everything was glowing blue. Zetsubo no Shima, just like Terminus, a facility on an island. But in Zetsubo, everything is lush and green with little specks of purple and orange for the different plants and spores that are on the island. Gorod, while mostly grey and brown because it's just a city, has specks of light. There's dragonfire everywhere. The Valkyries flying around had glowing blue body parts. And then Revelations at the end of it, a culmination of all the maps we've previously seen, was glowing. This looks like they put a saturation filter over it. And I think this is where the current Zombies goes wrong. We aren't enjoying these maps as much, not because they aren't good. These maps are fantastically crafted. The story is fine. The gameplay is fine. In my opinion, it's more than fine. I think it's a very good game. But subconsciously, we're not being as captivated because it's not as visually appealing. Without something to make us ooh and ah and constantly keep our eyes glued to the screen, staring at all these details in a post-TikTok shitty attention span world, we need something to catch our eye and keep us looking. And these grayscaled maps versus the previously glowing saturated ones, I think is the biggest issue. Let me know what your guys' opinions are on Black Ops 6 down below. I believe Black Ops 7 seems like we're going to be getting a lot of remakes. They've teased Transit. There's an announcement coming out 3 days from now. Hopefully we'll see what's really coming at launch at that announcement. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the current system works and that they just need to change the look of the maps? Or that Zombies as a whole and COD as a whole are going down the drain? Thanks for watching. Peace.